All right, guys, we're going to take a look at these two functions and use them to help you understand composition of functions and also really the basics of function notation in general. So hopefully you've already discovered how to and feel confident doing some simple evaluation. So I'm going to just do a reminder here. So we're going to evaluate, and for the first one we're going to do f of 2. Okay, now f of 2 means that what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the f function, which is this one. Here's the formula for this function. And I'm going to put a 2 in for the x. Now notice this is a 2 in place of the x here, and then what we'll do is we'll end up putting the 2 in place of the x there. So it's going to be 3 times 2 minus 7. All right, I'm going to make a big deal out of this right here at the beginning. This f is the name of the function. That's all it is. It's not f times 2. There is no mathematical calculation stuff going on this side of the equation. That's just telling us we are trying to figure out what the value of the function f would be if we put a 2 in for x. That's all that is. All right. So we're going to work this out. You know how to evaluate these. So this is going to be 6 minus 7, and we're going to get negative 1. So we have discovered that f of 2 is negative 1. That would be your final response. All right, let's say we do the same thing, only we do g of 2. All right, so g of 2 is 4 minus 2, and I'm going to put that in parentheses, squared. All right, I want to find the value of the function g when I put a 2 in for the x. This is called the input. It's the thing I'm putting into the function. All right, so I'm going to work this out. This is going to be 4. I do this first. So 4 and 4 minus 4 is going to be 0. So we've found that when I put 2 in for g, or into the g function for x, I get out a 0. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate f of negative 2. All right, so let's do f of negative 2. So this means I'm going to put a negative 2 in for x in the f function. All right, so I'm just going to slide this up a little bit so we still have it there. All right, so this means I'm going to do 3 times negative 2 and then minus 7. This is going to be negative 6. Minus 7 is going to be negative 13. So f of negative 2 is negative 13. All right, so the next one, and I want you to try and do this on your own before you continue the video. So I just want you to pause it right now, do g of negative 2. All right, you should find that g of negative 2 is going to be 4 minus negative 2 squared. Notice I put the negative 2 in parentheses. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. I'm going to write that out so you can see it. This is a 4, which means 4 minus 4 is going to give me 0 again. So for the g function, when I put negative 2 in, I get the same output as if I put positive 2 in. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so now I want you to try something on your own again. I'm going to have you pause the video because I want you to try this once I'm done explaining what you're going to do. I want you to evaluate using the same functions we have up here, the same formulas. Okay, I want you to evaluate f of a. See what you get. All right, so if you're doing f of a, you should get 3 times a minus 7, which is 3a minus 7. And that's as far as I can go. We have evaluated the f function for a. And we got that. Forgot to circle my answers up here. Oops. Okay. So for the next one, that was E. So the next one, I'm going to skip letters here so that we don't confuse this with our function names. We're going to go with H. All right, let's do for example H, let's do g of negative b. All right, see what you can do with that. Pause the video and then start it once you're done. All right, g of negative b is going to be 4 minus negative b squared, which is going to be 4 minus, okay, now when I take negative b and I square it, I end up with a positive b squared. And there's not really any further I can simplify that. So I have g of negative b. Okay, so I just want to pause there, and I just want you to reflect on what we've done so far, because we're going to do something new in the next part. And I know you can do it, but you're going to have to do some thinking, all right? So here we go.